Welcome, guys. We're going to be in this ChatTactic. We're going to be sort of mainly focusing on the turn-based Thursday fest, which actually starts pretty much an hour or two ago. So it's only just sort of basically begun. This is something I'm really happy to be part of every year. I've sort of been part of it, I think, since the start. I think it's only been going for a few years. Anyway, it really is like it's a group of people who involved in strategy games, whether they be developers or content creators, whatever they might be. But it's just really, really well organised. They do a great job every year, and it's just a real celebration of turn-based games. And so, as I said, this is one of the events that I really, really do enjoy. Just being a part of it. So hi, Viren Games and Chris, how you guys going? There's lots of giveaways that the organisers, and it's sort of like the organisers are not just gamers; they're actually developers as well. Like and they don't push their own games. It's just really sort of unusual. Like it's not unusual. It's refreshing. It's just they love strategy games, and so it's sort of they do such a good job in actually in bringing together the strategy gaming community in a very, very positive way. And I really, as I said before, I really like being part of this particular festival because it is just a celebration of strategy gaming. And it doesn't just go, oh, there we go. Thank you, Shravan. Very, very much appreciated for the super chat. So saying, hi, Daz, thanks for the stream. I hope you're well. Yes, I am, actually. Thank you. Although there is that new COVID thing, and I've had a few people in my circle that have actually picked up the new COVID, so I'm sort of I think I'm okay. They had it last week, so that's sort of where they were there. But when you come in, I've stickied a statement there. My turn. If you just type in my turn in the chat to be in the winning to actually sort of start to to be in the chance to win some really, really good giveaways. And what the organisers of Turn-Based Thursday have done is actually given me bundles of games, not just a single game. So we'll be giving away different bundles of games. Now, the first bundle I'm going to give away, I'll just get to my little list of games here. I think we might go with the what's called the Deep Lo-Fi Bundle. And so we'll just go that way with that. We won't give it away straight away, but we'll just go through and start to sort of pick these apart. So anyway, this has actually got 3 different games in it. I'll talk a bit more about it, but yeah, just be in the as you come into and watch. Just type in my turn because there's, as I said before, I'm really, really impressed. I've got like basically 9 games to give away today, all from the organisers. They've given me like these packets of keys, and there's some really, really good games in the keys as well. Some of the games I've never even heard of, so some I don't know about. So we'll have a look at those when we get into it. But let's just get into what this thing actually is, and then we'll start to sort of pick our way through. I've got a few other games as well that I've been playing over the last couple of weeks, which I also wanted to talk about. So yeah, welcome guys as you sort of come on in. So Steam Sale is now live here, so I've actually sort of turned that one on. So this is to find it. It's sort of funny, like when you go back into just Steam. If I just go to Steam Powered, it wasn't coming up as the by default. It's not the default thing that they show. They may do that on Thursday, but if you just do a search for Turn-Based Thursday, it's just turnbasedfest.com. That will then at least take you to where the link actually is. So there's a link through here. So I'll just go and open that one up, which then takes us into the actual Turn-Based Thursday Fest back in through here. I've just contacted the devs because this logo is really, really low res, and I don't know why. Last year it was much, much better. Like if you actually turn off, no, it won't do it. Like I can open up last year's as well, just as a comparison. But anyway, there's lots and lots of games. Every year it gets bigger and bigger, and they've got over 400 games now on sale. Some of them aren't that great in terms of the actual, the giveaways, like the discounts, but some of them are fairly substantial. But anyway, it's pretty cool the way it sort of does work. So yeah, this third-party event is presented by hash Turn-Based Thursday, which, as I said before, really, really like what these guys do a lot. So So anyway, that's enough sort of gushing over the organisers and what they get up to. But every year they're just really well organised. Oh, by the way, I might just go through from there to their website first, and then we'll go through the Steam look of it. So the way it sort of works is like it's games, hundreds of participating RPG, Sims, grand strategy, deck builders, 4X, roguelikes, puzzlers, city builders, and more. Just see how much variety there is in turn-based games. All united by fun based on smart choices and clever planning instead of reflexes and reactions. Exactly what I like. So discover hidden gems, find hits on sale, and check out the upcoming games that might be on your next favourite. So again, a lot of people actually really do engage with this particular festival. Content Creator Showcase, so we're highlighting excellent content creators. Hey, like me. Enjoy these kind of games and regularly introduce their audiences to new ones. Check out their streams with tons of fun. So there's a whole heap of stuff. This is all of this streaming schedule, and there's some so it's funny sort of seeing it's funny seeing like so many of the streamers that you sort of like that or maybe haven't spoken to for a while. It's sort of it's interesting. Like Zamolf, I haven't spoken to Zamolf for a while. But yeah, it's anyway. There's a lot of stuff going on, and in fact, we can see there that Zamolf is actually currently streaming Vagrus, the Riven Realms, today, which is this is today's sort of thing in through here. In previous years, what they did was they sort of had like almost like a rolling schedule where they actually had. Where different streamers would then sort of come in and sort of say, okay, look, I'll take this slot, and so when one block would then finish, the next one would then roll on. But then this year what they've done is they've decided to just literally just say, tell us when you're streaming and what you're streaming, and just go for it. So you can see that I'm actually in there tomorrow at about this time is it to this time? Actually, no, it may be this time. I'm not exactly sure. I think I may have got my timing a little bit off. I was trying to do one hour further in, but that still would be fine. So I'll be streaming Quasimorph tomorrow, and you can see they've got a few different things. Quasimorph tomorrow. I then will be playing on Wednesday. That will be, of course, Dwarf Fortress. Not Dwarf Fortress. That will, of course, be Distant Worlds. Distant Worlds in through there. So I didn't put that into the turn-based. Because it's not a turn-based game, so that's actually not part of what we'll be playing. But Quasimorph tomorrow, Xenonauts 2 the next, like on the Thursday. Is it the Thursday on this game? Yeah, so Thursday and through there. And then, of course, Fortress Friday. So I'm sort of in there with Dwarf Fortress. So that'll be the regular Dwarf Fortress run will then sort of essentially I'll just crowbar that into to the turn-based Thursday sort of festival as well. So there's but there's a lot of as you can see, there's a lot of streaming, a lot of games, sort of a lot of content creators involved in presenting the actual the games themselves. There's still a few packets there where people aren't actually streaming, that's when I'm sleeping, so I can't sort of get involved in those. You can see Noocrium back up the top through here as well. So there's it's interesting. Just there's a lot going on in this particular session, and I think I've never heard anything bad about said about these guys. They just do such a good job, and as I said before, they're developers. A lot of them are actually who put this together, which is so a lot of developers get really in behind this as well, just to sort of keep the community very, very strong. I'll read some of the comments in just a minute, but I'll just keep on sort of going through this bit of an intro. Gamers represent, so millions of gamers love these kind of games, and we're bringing them together. Hop into the turn-based games Discord. They do have their own Discord as well, to share your stories, ask for game recommendations, have some fun with your fellow gamers, and that's sort of really where their community really is in the turn-based games Discord. So if you've got Discord is it's funny, like it's I don't really like social media. Like I have Facebook, but I don't ever open it up. I have Instagram, I don't ever open it up. So I have all these different sorts of social media, but I just don't ever look at them. I find them just a bit of a waste of space. But Discord I really, really like. I actually look at Discord when I first wake up and come down to and turn on the computer, the very, very first thing I do is actually look at Discord. So Discord is sort of like where a lot of things are sort of then organised through Discord. I've got like a lot of the other gamers and like other content creators are all on Discord as well. So there's a lot of like private messaging, but then there's also groups, for example, like the turn-based games Discord area, which I would recommend if you are into turn-based games. So anyway, that's the. I'm just going to grab myself a drink of water. Be right back. Okay, so anyway, that's like the calendar, essentially, the schedule, going back in through there. Participating games, these are all the different games that are going to be a part of it. This is monstrously large, actually, this year. It's getting bigger and bigger by quite a bit every year. So over 400 participating games. Last year it's 350. This year's Steam sale page will go live Monday, June the 2nd. Yep, there we go. So stay tuned for lots of great deals and discoverability. We'll have a look at that in just a minute. This year's Steam page can be accessed from there. So again, we're going to be looking at that. So on the actual Steam page itself, but there's a lot of games that they've sort of now got, that are part of the actual festival, like just heaps and heaps. So they've got a big long list of. Oops, it's didn't seem to sort of like scrolling down for whatever reason. I'm not sure why. Anyway, it's just heaps and heaps of stuff. It's funny sort of looking at the various games, even games that I haven't covered that I actually quite enjoy. Like Rack and Slay, I actually quite enjoy this game. I might even open up a few of these sort of games just while we have a look at them and sort of see. Some of them are old games, which I don't mind. In this sort of sense, like Into the Breach is an old game, but what a great game. So they certainly don't mind. It's not just like the more recent games. It's pretty much a festival and a celebration of games that sort of are great games that go back. The Immortal Glory 2. I don't know if I covered that in a video. Songs of Conquest with multiplayer updates, stuff like that. There's just so many good games in this. But we'll have a look at this through the Steam page. I think that'll be probably the better way to do it. I'll just read a few of the comments. I'll just scroll on back through. Yes, so Kuja Grim saying, should have used the phrase "one more turn." I should have. I didn't even think. I was just trying to think of something simple. Like last week we were doing the Warhammer Festival, and so I just had war, but it was a little bit hard to spell. And then I sort of thought, I'll just try to keep it as simple as possible. So anyway, my turn is it for now. Verona saying, please stay safe. If you had it last week, hopefully you have some good immunity for the next few. I didn't have it. I didn't have COVID. I just people around me have got it at the moment. So people at work and stuff like that. So I'm sort of thinking, okay, well, if I picked it up, I think I would have known by now. They got it last week. Hi CB, how you going? And Mad Relics, so I'll just sort of send, so Sharky Mouth in there as well, Robert Barron. Okay, so Jesse Dean saying, I have no idea why we're typing my turn. Well, we're typing my turn because I've got 9 games to give away today, but in bundles of 3. So there's going to be 3 different giveaways. The last one we'll try to do as a marble run. So that will be sort of like, if you've been watching from the start. Now, if you're not here, I don't know if I should do that as a marble run, just because I really need to, I don't want to be holding on to the keys. But what I'll do is I'll still do the marble run, I think. And if they're not picked up, and last week's wasn't picked up as an example, because somebody came in, a lot of people come in and watch for 3 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever it might be, and then disappear. And so if they're in the running for the marble run and then they're not here for the actual giveaway, I've got that. So I've got Rogue Trader from last week that nobody has picked up. And so that was actually the winner of that one last week. Didn't put their hand up. So I do have a limit. Like if you're not getting back in contact with me after the marble run for a couple of days, that's it. It's back in the prize pool. So that one is going to be not in today's prize pool, but that's going to go back into the general prize pool. And similarly, when we do this, I'll be just doing a pick of people as we sort of do these giveaways like today. And essentially, if you're if you don't respond within 2 minutes, when I actually do the normal draw, so when I just do a draw using my giveaway thing through here, for example. So we've got a fair few people. There's 20 people at the moment that have put in my turn, and so what I'll do is I can just choose a winner. And 22 there now. So as you come in, I'll then just choose a winner at different times through this session. Pretty soon we'll do one actually, and so I'll go through what the first prize pool actually is. But you'll get 3 games, so it won't be just getting a single game. And the organisers have actually asked for it to be done that way. They've actually said, hey, look, don't just give them away individually. Let's do bundles, and so that's sort of what I thought. Yeah, that's a nice idea. So, but it was nice of them to give me so many keys to give away, and as I said, some of them are quite substantial with the way it sort of does work. So that's why we are typing my turn, so that you become part of this list. And at the end of, as I say, at the end of the session, we're going to do the marble run. So even if you are one of the people who do just come in for a very short period of time and just sort of and then disappear, just have another look at it at the end. Just look at the very, very end to see if you are the winner. Because as I said, last week's winner could have had Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader, but it's too late now because it's back in the prize pool. So if you were the winner last week, bad luck. It's gone. Or it's gone back into the abyss to be given away in some sort of future week. So normally I just do a marble run at the end for 1 game key, but we've got 9 to give away today. So we'll do it in we'll do two patches where I just click on choose a winner, and then the last one will be the big marble run at the end of the session. Anyway, so we'll just keep on going through. Hi, Sketic, how you going? So that's why you're typing in my turn, but don't put this space in it. It's one word. So it's my turn, one word. So it's so if you've done the space, then just type it in again, because it's got to be exactly what I've got in my sticky. I've stickied the actual comment up there. You can see my turn in through there. It's just one word. So Siobhan is saying you're going to be part of the stream. Yes, I will be. So I'll be doing 3 different streams, as I said before. With the tomorrow will be Quasimorph. The next day after that, I'm just going to keep on doing my normal Distant Worlds run, and then I'm going to be sort of bouncing into Xenonauts 2, and then across into Dwarf Fortress for my normal Dwarf Fortress Friday stream. So it sort of fits in quite nicely. Now, just going back up, sorry, I'm missing a fair few of the things. So, Siobhan is saying, nice, I've been interested in Quasimorph. What a great game that is. That's really, really cool. I might sort of show some of these things. And Xenonauts 2, of course, is a great game. And that'll be a Daz Demption game if you're watching on Twitch. So I'm streaming this only on YouTube today, but if you are on Twitch, you can then sort of have some soldiers named after you, or a soldier named after you. If your soldier then gets killed during the missions, you are then basically banned from in the Twitch chat for an hour or so. That's the way that the one sort of works. And Jerry's saying, thank you for streaming Fog Kingdoms. It's always great to see that game being played more. It's up to people like you that get that out there. Yeah, it's a very, very good game, Field of Glory Kingdoms, and it was an interesting run actually. Like, it was, you can see there, you don't get it all your own way as well. Like that one that we played was actually fairly difficult. I want to play that one again actually. And just see how I go if I structure it a little bit differently. Don't rush into it, and just sort of see how we go. So just Phoenix is in saying, Daz, what games are close to Heroes 3 in your opinion? Oh, there's only one that's actually really, really worth having a look at, and we've already spoken about it just in passing. It is Songs of Conquest. This is the Heroes of Might and Magic killer. Here is Songs of Conquest. I can open these up now because they're nice and fast to open, unless they're sort of downloading updates. But this is Songs of Conquest has become, and this is actually also now on the this is part of the turn-based the turn-based fest in through here, turn-based Thursday fest. Is opening, I think. It's funny. It's normally things open up pretty fast. Not now on the computer. Now they've got the SSD drive. But that is the game that you're looking for. This is, here we go. It's now starting to sort of crank up. So this is by far the best Heroes of Might and Magic. I won't even say clone, because this takes it way beyond. And of course, there's other games coming, which is interesting. So the way that you've got different modes of playing this one, and so you've got campaigns where you can sort of go and pick a story campaign if you're wanting to. There's a few different versions of the story campaigns. There is DLC for this, so I can't remember which ones are which. I'll just go back to the main menu. You have an interesting way of actually doing playing on pre-made or randomly generated maps. This is my preferred way of playing these sorts of games. I always like to really test to see how things can be sort of done randomly. And what they've done incredibly well with this game in their random maps is that they use a node setup. And so what they do is they have like an algorithm for each region of the map, and then they actually have so essentially it creates like a pattern with the actual setup that it actually does have. So for example, if you're going to just play a small two-player game, you've got King of the Hill back and through here, randomly generated map for 2 players. You've got Beacons of Power. These are different ways of actually sort of playing the game. So this is sort of how you can then go and try to win and find the object. So you've got these are different playing modes. Some of them will, actually they've all got those. I'll just go King of the Hill, which essentially means I think to take whatever the middle one is. So it's got different, this is what Heroes of Might and Magic didn't ever have this. This is different ways of winning the game, which sort of stops that big, what is it called? The doom stacks. It allows you, you get rewarded for the doom stack, which is essentially, that's the trouble with all of these Heroes games, is that essentially you end up with a doom stack. If your doom stack happens to beat the enemy doom stack when they finally meet, you win the game. And it's almost, like that's sort of the way it tends to sort of work. And I don't like that with these games, to be honest. It's one of these things that I find a bit off-putting, and so but in this case the game is certainly much better in terms of the combat than Heroes of Might and Magic as well. You've got different types of, this has actually just got like quad, you've got corridor, which again is just going to have like 3 in a row. You've also then got another one just with random, so you don't know what you're going to pick up in terms of the nodes. So this node building is actually very, very cool. This is called Flee. Insect is this sort of method where you've got like 2, they then have to battle it out against each other before they finally sort of get into the middle of the map, where you get different rewards where you can see the little sort of patterning through there. But again, when you go and play one of these, you're not going to know exactly what you're getting. And then you've got like this, in this case, you've got different ones, gyroscope, back and through here again, where all 3 will now vie for different things, very similar to this sort of mode. And then finally just completely random. This one doesn't have completely, actually it does. It does have a random mode as well. And then 8-player back and through here as well, where you've got like a centipede, where they sort of start to crawl in from the outside edges. So this is very much combat sort of oriented. Corridor, just again sort of running through a corridor. So this is a randomly generated map. So they're just going to be all linked together back and through there. And then you've got the shuriken, essentially where you've got like groups of 2 fighting it out before they sort of hit the middle and then sort of fight it out again amongst themselves. And those modes of generating the random maps are very, very good. Using the node system. Like if I just go back to the 2-player game and just go back to quad, so we end up with sort of like two exits plus and a way through there. If I just go and confirm that, I then actually can then, I won't sort of set anything else up really up in through here, but you've got different ways of then essentially establishing the game. You can play as a teams game as well if you're wanting to. So let's just go and start the game, not in 2-player of course. And it's just this one has sort of got like a fairly nice looking pixel art sort of approach. Press any key, and so this is essentially your castle, and so the difference here is that you don't build your castle from a central location, you build it out around the castle. So the castle itself can be upgraded, and there's different things you can do with the fortress, so it's a little bit different in that sense, but essentially it's the same sort of deal. And then you just grab your unit and to sort of march off, so if I sort of start exploring, and it becomes very much like if I go into that one through there, this is a granary where there's ancient amber in this instance. don't know if I can actually sort of go and grab that one there. Just pick up the different bits and pieces, but it's very much like Heroes of Might and Magic 3, but so many Heroes of Might and Magic 3, I guess, but so much better. It is so much better. Anyway, I won't spend any time with that one. It's a very, very cool game. So highly recommend that one. If you like Heroes games, that one's good. And there's a few other ones that are coming as well. There's one game that I really wish had the same sort of approach to that, which is Symphony of War. I wish that Symphony of War had a random map generator. It's sort of it's got very light randomization, but I actually prefer the combat method of playing with Symphony of War. But this one is only scripted maps. It's more like I guess Fire Emblem or one of those sort of games. So it's not really a Heroes of Might and Magic game, but I always, for some reason, sort of have those lumped together in my mind. Maybe just because I do enjoy them so much into what they do. Anyway, let's continue on. I've sort of skipped out of there. I'll just how do I add myself to the Marble Run game, says Jerry. If you've written my turn, you're in the running. So it'll be, what we'll do is we'll just keep the list running the whole time. We won't be starting again. So my turn will just be like, essentially, when I do it, if you're not here for the first lot of things, you've got 2 minutes to respond. Like, you just got to type in chat, hey, I'm here, or whatever, or yay, or whatever it might be, and it will then I'll know that you've actually seen that you're the winner, and that way I'll then get you to email me, and I can then send you out the keys. So let's keep on scrolling through. I'll just see if there's any other questions about any games before we get going. Sorry, I probably have missed some comments in through here. Okay, so Joram is saying, will Shadow Empire ever return to your rotation? I've been playing that a fair bit over the last few weeks. What is Eodor New Horizons? Eodor New Horizons is actually a free version of Eodor based on the original game. So it's sort of like I don't particularly like it because it's just sort of because it's based on an engine that's now fairly old, but it's essentially like a very heavily modded Eodor, it's better than the original Eodor, but it's just but yeah, that's what that one actually is. I don't know if I've got it on the screen there. I can't even see it there, but yeah, Eodor New Horizons is you just download it for free. If you do a search for it, you'll find it, and you can then sort of play it. If you like Eodor, you probably like that particular version of the game, but it's old graphics, so just be aware of that one through there. So Uruk Oak is then saying Symphony of War is an amazing game. It really is. It's very, very cool. What about Heroes? Heroes Hour is similar, but it's got a real-time combat component. Songs of Conquest. It's funny, like in my head, I always think about Heroes Hour when I talk about Songs of Conquest as well. And so Heroes Hour, which should be in my list in here somewhere. There it is, Heroes Hour down through there. I'll show you this one as well. This is not, well, I guess it's still turn-based in what it does do. This has also got some very, very nice mechanics. If you do like Heroes hero games, then this is pretty cool. The difference is that the combat when you attack is real time, and it's sort of like a bit of an auto battler, which is not bad at all. But there's just very little you can do to impact the actual battles themselves, including the placement. It doesn't really matter a hell of a lot. So the reason I don't really rate this game all that highly. If they could do something, if they could fix the problem, it's not really even a problem, but if they could make the auto battler more meaningful, I would rate this one extremely highly. But as it is, it's sort of just essentially like it's really just random. Essentially, the way that the auto battler tends to sort of work out. So there's no real strategy in terms of setting up for the auto battler. And as I said before, I would love a bit more scripting. Not as deep as Dominions, but certainly I wish it was just a little bit more involved than what it actually is. It's funny because we've been sort of playing Nine Kings, during the week as well. And Nine Kings is an auto battler at its heart. It's a turn-based game with an auto battler for the combat, and it's just as dumb as this game is here, like in terms of the actual combat in that one. But the difference is that the combat is not. It's just a byproduct of the building of the city, whereas in this game, you are still building your main army, which is the focus of a Heroes game, is to build your army up. So when the auto battler is so random, like you can still place your units, but they just don't. It doesn't have a real lot of bearing. Like you can't sort of wildly swing the course of a battle by clever placement of your forces. And so in that sense, I find that this game is good but not great. If they could fix that and make it more meaningful for strategic combat and the way that the auto battler sort of then does work, I think this would be a very, very, very strong, very good game. Anyway, I'll just show you this one as well, because this one was the first one that I saw that really did start to use the node system, and it used it very, very effectively. And so this is actually where they've got like different maps. In fact, this one they've done it differently now, because it used to actually show the nodes very much like the other game. So you can actually sort of go back in. If I just go back into a tiny map, I'll just go to dual, just go into it's not even going to show me how to do it, I don't think. Got arena there for 2 players. This is sort of showing the layouts of how things actually do work. So this essentially is still a node game, and they did actually have it. I don't know where I can sort of show the way it sort of then goes and works. Game rules. It's a good game. Like, it's a very, very good game. It's just that it could be better in terms of combat. But the actual overall map itself and the automation on the map is also very good. Like if I go into if I just go into a dual map as an example, I'll just go and start the game. So it's now building it builds the nodes until it can sort of have things that sort of then go and work. And this one is again very much like Heroes of Might and Magic, where you go into your city. I think it does, yeah. So if I double click that one, so you're building it up like Heroes of Might and Magic. As I said before, it's turn based on the strategic map, and then it's an auto battler when it comes time for fighting. Like if I go and grab the units in, and one of the cool things about this is actually the number of factions in the game is extremely high. So this is a good game. Like it's don't get me wrong, it's not a bad game at all. But it's if I go and fight this one here. So this is the auto battler. So I've got to then place these different units. So I can sort of place them down to try to fight different things. They've got some rams and some farmers down that way. That's what we have to try to go and beat. They've got a slight advantage to win. I don't know what these different units do, to be honest. I haven't seen these before. So I'll just leave these back where they are. But they do actually have... these are ethereal with empowerment. This one here looks to have like a lot of different abilities. So this one looks to be my main combat unit. I'm not sure what this guy is, so I'll just leave that one. This is ranged. So what I want to do is I want to leave the range unit behind, so I'll just put that one sort of back in through here. I can just go and place them. So the placement you can actually play with, but then when I just go to the attack, it's then going to... why is that not wanting to do it? So I'll see a start battle. So then they just go through. The rams have smashed me. So the range unit is trying to attack them. And I've got no real control over this. I do have some spells and things that I can use, like Fireball, Barrage. I can sort of do this sort of stuff. Then this is a bit of a cooldown. When I go down to the bottom, it pauses. You can see we're losing pretty badly. So I'll summon a whole lot of different bugs in. Giantism. Make them bigger. This guy's moving back. Get the anima again when it comes through. That might be enough for us to win, actually. There we go, player one. Well, that did show that I actually did the opposite of what I said happens in the game. So that one we did actually win through through different bits and pieces. You then get the level ups. As I said before, it is a good game. That was actually more advanced than what I'm used to seeing in the game, to be honest. And then we pick up the ore. One of the great things about this one, over Heroes games, is that the actual ore will then start to move back towards our castle. So every time we pick up a location, we end up picking up more things going back to the city itself. Anyway, I won't play too much of this one, but it's better than what I remember it, to be honest, in terms of being able to affect the combat, which is good. We'll just quit out of that game though. But that's Heroes Hour, which is good. So the combat reminds me of Wellbox, says Chris. Yes, it's very similar. The graphics also look fairly similar as well. Anyway, let's continue on with what we're doing. So Phase Plasma saying, any thoughts on Cybernauts? Yeah, I really enjoyed that actually, and they've just had another big update with the overall look of Cybernauts. Not Cybernauts, Cyberknights. That's something that, again, I'll probably have a look at that again in a little bit of time. There's a few games actually on the list here that we'll sort of have a look at. Let's actually go back into the game. What we might do is we'll go back to, I've got the turn-based Thursday there. I'll just go and open up the Steam, and I'll just go through the games that I'm going to give away first. So we'll do our first giveaway now. So the first of the 3 games that we're going to be giving away is a game called Ballroom, and I've got no idea what this actually is. It's only a cheap game. So this is just part of the little sort of pack in through here. So this is part of the turn-based Thursday Fest as well. So this is from 2016, so it's fairly old, mostly positive, so 80%. Ballroom is an old-school turn-based open-world RPG with deep tactical combat. Explore a huge living fantasy world with dozens of side quests next to an epic main quest. Grow your own crops, build your home, and craft your own custom items. So this is a game I've never heard of. I've got no idea what it's like. It's currently 75% off, so normally it's about 20 bucks. And there we go. Vagrus is also as part of a bundle. Vagrus is we saw that one sort of before that's currently being streamed. But anyway, so Ballroom is and as I said before, the turn-based Thursday Fest will have oldish games as well as new ones. So that's the first game in the bundle. The second game in the bundle is one called Splintered. Again, I've no idea what this one is. Splintered. There it is. This is this is an early access game, 20% off at the moment. So it's only going to be a bit of a cheap one. So this one here is very positive. So this one rates at 96%. That's actually not bad. So a unique RPG where the villain randomizes the world with each defeat. Start with a classic RPG experience, then delve into shifting worlds where the overworld, items and enemies shuffle, creating new challenges. Conquer these worlds to unravel the story and make your own in the final showdown. So no idea really what this one does. So you've got like different units. Okay, so then looks like, yeah, so random worlds. Looks pretty good actually. Yeah, I'm not sure how this all sort of works, but anyway. Yeah, no idea how. Just looking at the stuff in through here, how it actually is sort of playing out. Yep, so sort of like very basic dungeon crawler type mechanics by the looks of things. With I don't know, it says it's random. Rates very highly, so that one doesn't look too bad. So that's the second game in the bundle, and the last game in this particular bundle that we're giving away. So just pause that. So the last one was actually one that's a bit of a favourite of everyone's, which is Caves of Cud. So all 3 games are in the and there we go, version 1.0. I've got to play this again actually. So this is in all reviews 95%, 92% in recent times. So Caves of Cud is essentially like an atom game. Like it does have randomized areas on the map, but the thing I've never really warmed to is that the overmap is not random, and so you get random locations on the overland map, but no, you don't get a random overland, which is the one thing that sort of has turned me off the game. And I don't know why, because it rates such a high, such a good game, like with the way that people sort of talk about it, but I've just never really warmed to it. People recommend it all the time. And you've sort of got like combat and etc. So it's a bit of an adventure mode game. Character creation is very, very rich. So I've tried playing it a few different times, but then just haven't really ever really sort of got into it in any sort of big way. It's very, very deep with what you can then go and do with Caves of Cud. So that's the 3 to give away. So let's give that one away right now. So we'll do that one as the and then we'll get into the actual list of games that they've got on special and see if we can find any good ones for us to sort of get involved in. So if we have I'll just go back to the giveaway. So everyone's got 31 potential winners. So you've got to type in my turn, no space, to be in the running. So I'll just give you a couple of seconds left to do that one. This will be for the first bundle. So the Deep Lo-Fi Bundle is what this one has been titled by the organisers with what they've sort of given us to give away. And I've got and then we'll sort of go through the. So we'll do another one of these in about an hour's time, I guess. So 31, let's go for it. Choose a winner. Here we go. Drum roll. And the winner is Robert Barron. There we go. So what I need you to do is you've got 2 minutes to just say yay or anything. Just mention something, just so I know that you've actually seen it. If after 2 minutes you haven't actually gone through and mentioned anything, then I will assume that you've bounced out of the chat. There we go. There we are. So congratulations, Robert Barron. What I'll get you to do is if you can please... send me and by the way, guys, we're going to be doing this a couple more times. So just if you've written my turn, you'll still be in the running. So so Robert Barron, if you can send me a email to daz@daztactic.com. So I'll just write that in the chat there. So if you can shoot me an email, I'll then give you that one. I'll just write your name in that pack, just so that. Make sure I spell it correctly. And because you've now that pack of 3 is yours, so yours forever. All right, there we go. So we'll just close that one. So yeah, we've got a few more people that have come in, but that weren't part of that draw. So there's only 31 of you as part of that particular draw. All right, so we'll do the next giveaway. I'll talk about the next games when we actually go to give them away. Let's just go back to the turn-based Thursday question. We'll start to now scroll down the screen. We haven't even really scrolled down here at all. So what we end up having is different games are being highlighted back and through here. But let's go to where there's a group of them. There was Road Trader, which is what we gave away. We tried to give away last week, but the winner didn't actually claim the prize. So that one's gone, not for today, but that's gone back into the mix. There's Caves of Cud that's just come out, 15% off just now. We'll have a look at some of the better specials and just sort of see how they're going. I keep on getting this some sort of problem with, I don't know which one it is. It's certain games actually are triggering a bit of an error. We'll just keep on going. Nine Kings, 35% off. This has only just come out. And this is a very, very good game. I put up a video really questioning whether it's as good as what people are saying, because this has just taken certainly the streaming world by storm. If at any point in time, if you have a look to see what's actually what's going on with Nine Kings, it's people are just absolutely in love with it. I don't rate it as highly as what the other streamers are. I keep on seeing people absolutely gushing over how good they think the game is. I think it's a very good game. I don't think it's not a genre-breaking game though. And when we talk about genre-breaking games, we're talking about FTL, we're talking about Into the Breach, we're talking about games that sort of can define a genre of games, and I don't think Nine Kings is in that category. But it's still a good game. So anyway, 35% off is good. It's a good deal for such a recent game. We'll have a look at, this is new and shiny. Just go down to the main sort of list of look at different things. Steam Deck experience. I won't sort of worry too much about those. There's Into the Breach there, 60% off. That's a good deal. That's a very, very good deal. There's Symphony of War that we spoke about. This is a great game, but it doesn't have random maps. That's the only negative about it. So I would love to see that one done with random maps. But that's a very, very cool game in terms of the combat and how you sort of have to approach the game. So Symphony of War certainly is 60% off. Is a bit of a if you don't have it, you may want to pick that one up as well. We'll have a look at fair few of these over time. I'll just see if I can get myself a full list of games. I wonder what that is there. That's coming soon. Okay, so we've got a whole lot of coming soon stuff. This looks good. Actually, I don't mind the look of that one, just very, very briefly. There's got a few coming soon that I wouldn't mind having a bit of a look at. Then we've got genre breakers and blenders. So, yeah, I don't know any of those. I'm just sort of skimming at this stage. There's Splintered that we've got that we had as the giveaway there with what we have. Rogue Hex haven't really tried much. I've got it, but I haven't actually played it much. When I find games that I think I'll sort of show, I'll do it. Promising Unknowns. I don't know any of them. Retro and Lo-Fi. So that was the Lo-Fi bundle that we just gave away with Caves of Cud and a few of the others. There we go. We got the same problem. Don't know why we're getting that bug, but anyway, it keeps on popping up. It's relaxing games back and through there. I'll see if I can get like a full list. Sometimes at the bottom of this end, there's a full list of different things. Terminus, this has come out reasonably recently, which isn't too bad. That's more of an RPG than anything. But I'm sort of looking for the bigger Hard West 2. I've played Hard West, which I actually quite enjoyed. This is sort of like a bit of a shooter game, but Hard West 2, I didn't know about that one actually. So 70% off. I might have a look at that one in just a minute when we actually can get like a full list. This is story-rich, text-based. I mean, really, in this genre, for me, it's got to be Wildermyth. It's an oldish game now, but still, for me, the genre-defining game in that sort of category. Dice, yeah, there we go through there. Jupiter Hell, by the way, is actually Jupiter Hell Classic coming soon. Jupiter Hell is actually part of our original, part of the next giveaway I've got, to be honest. So that's the one game I do know, and it's Jupiter Hell, which I'll talk about. I'll talk about when we're going to do the giveaway. We'll talk about Jupiter Hell. I don't know if you've heard of that game, but it's essentially it's a Doom game, but from a top-down sort of strategic combat perspective, which turn-based, which is pretty cool actually the way it sort of does work. And that's a game also that I had meant to cover at the time, and then just never got to it. Similar to Songs of Silence actually, although it's not on special. God, this is so annoying. So for whatever reason, it just doesn't like hovering over the various bits and pieces. Anyway, I'll see if I can get like a full list. So if we go into, is that everything? This is filters. So 492. There's nearly 500 games in here. So we want to go to, how do we change this? New and trending, top demos. I'm trying to find where the specials actually are. Popular discounted, we'll just go that way. So we should still have the, we've got 176 matches back into here. All right, so it's not going to, unfortunately, not going to sort it by in terms of the best specials. So we'll just go through a few of them. Age of Decadence, I don't remember that game, so I really can't comment on it. It's 10 years old now. Actually, Darkest Dungeon is now 10 years old. This one is always rated so high, the original Darkest Dungeon. That was a genre-defining game. Darkest Dungeon 2 didn't actually rate as high, I think because people sort of got a bit sick of it, I guess, at that stage. Actually, Hard West, there it is there. That's 10 years old. I wouldn't have thought that. That's 90% off. I did enjoy that game, actually. That was pretty good fun. But yeah, 85% off Darkest Dungeon. If you don't have it, it's $5. I don't think I'd pay $5 for that nowadays. I sort of like, it seems a bit high. I'm just going to pop my air conditioner on and be right back. Okay, it's a cut only 15% off. Let's only try to look at those that are greater than 50%, and we're trying to sort of find something that's a bit more modern. Although having said that, like Star Traders Frontiers, I think this one rates pretty highly. Not sure we can see the rating there for it, but that one's and Templar Battle Force. This is another one from the which one was the makers of Cybernauts, I think. I don't want to say things that I may be wrong about, but that also rates very, very highly. I haven't really played it, but that's 70% off as well. That's from, again, 10 years ago, though. So some of these are fairly old. Fall of the Dungeon Guardians, no idea what that actually is. There's Ballroom there, at 75% off at the moment. No idea what that game's like in reality, even though we just gave it away. Just keep on scrolling through until I sort of find games that I'm aware of. Xenonauts 2, there we are. Now it's saying July 18th, 2023, but this is in early access at this point in time, so we're still actually waiting for the final version. 35% off, that's actually a pretty good deal for Xenonauts 2. I'll be streaming this in a couple of days' time, in 3 days' time. So, that's I always really enjoy playing Xenonauts 2. For me, this is much better than XCOM, and it's certainly better than the original Xenonauts. I really like what they've done with this game, and they keep on I really like the development of it too. And I don't know, they change their mind about the roadmap, and I know that might drive some people a bit sort of nuts, but they focus on the feedback that comes back about what they've just released. So they keep on fine tuning the game, which I really appreciate that they've actually done that one. You can see there it's that's very positive. So it's very positive in this instance, but it's not giving me an actual number as such. Approaching Infinity. Now that one, I forget what that one is. This is April. I think I've seen that one, but I can't remember it. I've got a shocking memory. And I don't know, this one is also very positive. What else we got? Low Magic Age. Actually, a lot of people really like this game. It's something, again, that I never really warmed to it with the actual game itself, but people who play it really love it. So 60% off, that's a good deal for that one. Into the Breach, 60% off. Again, it's a little bit old now, Into the Breach, but again, incredible game. And that's also just improved a lot just over the last 12 months. So there's been some sort of big updates to Into the Breach. Old World, of course. This is actually a game, 75% off for that one is also very, very good. This one, it says it came out in 2022. It actually came out a year before that on the Epic Game Store. And this is actually the one game that I always look at and think, this is the game that actually did the launch on Steam after being out for a year on the Epic Game Store well. Very, very few games actually survive the epic experience of having the 1 year exclusive. But Old World has continued on, sort of rolling on to becoming a really, really good game. At 75% off, that's very, very good deal. Just keep on showing more. So that one's definitely worth having a look at. Attack of the Earthlings. I might even sort of go and grab a few of these. Maybe I should actually bring some of these up. I can just middle click on them, can I? No, I can't. Yes, I can. There we go. I'll just go back up and just get the ones that we want to have a bit of a look at. Star Traders, I just can't remember what that one actually is. It's just a little bit old to bring up now. Xenonauts 2, of course, will be showing that one, so I'll just bring that one up. The Into the Breach, I'll show that one as well. Old World I'll show. Dawn Age, 20%. I won't worry about that one. It's overwhelmingly positive. This one here, it came out like a year and a half ago. Interesting game at this one here. This is actually like where you sort of run through like a progression of a hero type thing, but extremely quickly. So it's a really sort of quick little game. But 20% off, probably not really sort of worth anything sort of too much there. Having a quick look to see if there's any others that are sort of up there in terms of In terms of good specials, Gloomhaven 60% off. That's actually pretty good. I'll have a look at that as well. And Aggressor's Ancient Rome 80% off. Wow. Okay. Well, that's actually that's probably at this stage right up there in terms of picks. Let's just keep on going through. We just get a list and we'll just go through the actual games that we end up with. So Aratus Lord of the Dead 90% off. Now this is 2020, very positive. I think that this one, I can't remember exactly what this one was like, but I do remember that one being one that people did enjoy. I won't bring it up because I don't know the game myself. Burden of Command. It's only 20% off, so I won't even bring that one up. Vagrus, the Riven Realms. This is actually something that people actually have really enjoyed as well. Very text heavy, so that's the reason I haven't really ever played it. Was it just seemed to be sort of too much reading. I don't like to do those. Xenonauts is actually 64% off. I'll put that one in there. I quite like this game, and I never really covered it. Dwarf Fortress, of course, only 20% off, so not really worth much, but it's of course overwhelmingly positive. We'll be playing that on Friday, so we'll get to that one. Cybernight's Flashpoint, full release just out, only 20% off, so I won't actually bring that one up. We've really got to have games that are over 50% before they come in. Now, this is an interesting one. This is Monster Train, which I've never played, but I keep on hearing so many good things about it. But I won't show it. This looks like it's got a Darkest Dungeon style of combat. It's funny because I quite often get offered games that have the Darkest Dungeon combat style, and I just pass on them. I don't like the combat style from Darkest Dungeon. I don't know if I'm the only person in the world that doesn't like it, but that's just the way I am. So Victor's saying, Daz, Colony Ship is really good. Colony Ship, I didn't see that one. Oh, there it is. Roleplay Earth. Sorry, this is a post-Earth role-playing game. Does it have a demo? When's that one coming out? That came out in Colony Ship. Is it random? Doesn't look like it's random. Anyway, let's just go back through there. Yeah, so everyone's like people do misspell Daz to Dad, so I automatically just go and so I don't actually have heaps and heaps of kids running out there. Yeah, so Cybernight's only 20%. I'll just keep on going back through this one through here. Monster Train, as I said before, overwhelmingly positive with its reviews, but I don't know much about it. Terra Randoma, 35%. The Last Spell. It's another one that people have actually highlighted as a game that they thought was very, very good. I might bring that one in even though I've never ever played it. I don't know anything at all about it. Pornbarian, no idea what that is. King Arthur's A Knight's Tale. This one is good. This is actually a very, very good game, but it's sort of more of an RPG. So I won't show that one through there. There's Imperiums again with Greek Wars. I'll throw that one in as well. So we've got the two Imperiums. Shardpunk, only 40% off though. So this is Shardpunk's a really interesting game. I was almost going to play it during the week, to be honest, and record it again. But then I started playing it just on my own, and then I thought, I probably really should wait until something big comes with it. So I didn't actually do any recording on it. But Shardpunk I do enjoy. It's quite a hard game actually, that one there. 40%, I won't bring it up. Mainframe Defenders, I won't do that one. Dark Quest, Coromon, no idea what that is. Home Behind 2, no idea. Terraformers, Hadean Tactics. Yeah, it's a card battle, no, I won't worry about that one. Wizard Chest, Hard West 2. Actually, maybe this is the one that I played. I think it is. 70% off. I'll show you this one as well. I'll bring that one up. Successor just came out. I don't know what that is, but it's only 10% off. So, yeah, no idea. No idea about that one. It looks interesting though. I sort of just for my own interest. That little castle had me. And when I saw the castle, I thought I'll have a look at that one as well. So this will be our list of games that we'll have a bit of a look at. Still got more to bring in. Twilight Wars, Broken Roads. Dark Sky. Dwarf Romantic is actually a game, 30% off. I won't bring it in, but this is actually a very, very relaxing game. There's actually more reviews for this than there is for Dwarf Fortress. But Dwarf Romantic is it's only been out for a few years, actually. I thought it is even longer than that one. It's just a really relaxing puzzle game. Essentially, where if you hover over it, you can sort of see that you sort of build up an extremely relaxing. There's nothing hard about the game. It's one of those games that almost, if you like colouring in, it's sort of a game. It's a bit like that, where you're just doing mindless things and just chilling out. It's a chill out game. That's really what it is. In fact, you can see there, puzzle, relaxing, and it really does. It's probably the best of that genre of relaxing games. It's a game that, again, I've meant to cover because I think that a lot of people would enjoy just chilling out with this game. I've got a few games like that. I do like getting them. I try to cover them at different times because they're just you can just turn your brain off essentially. So it's pretty cool. So Symphony of War. This is Symphony of War. I will bring this one in so you can sort of have a bit of a look at that one through there. Rogue Voltage, War Tales. Now War Tales is 50% off. Let's bring that one in. Just go to show more. Terminus, not really enough of a special. USC Counterforce, I really like this. I'll bring that one in as well. There's a lot for us to cover here. We're getting a big long list of games. Sandwalkers 30%. I'm going to be a bit more stringent now with what I bring in. It's got to be over 50% off. So I'm just looking at the 50%. So I'm going to be skipping past some of these now, just to Tiny Folks. No idea what that is. Darkest Dungeon 2. I won't bother showing that one. There's another Crusade. No idea what that is. Capes. So I'm just looking for the best deals. The best deals of the festival. Pile Up. No idea what that is either. Breachway. It's only 30% off, so we can't bring that into our list. But I do like that game. Silence of the Siren is 35% off. Caves of Law. No, we won't cover that one. Okay, come on, give me good specials, please. Arkseed misses by 1% off. No idea what that is. So I'm just scrolling straight through. Rack and Slay. I mentioned this one before. It's pretty cheap. I actually really quite enjoy it. It's like a billiard game, but where you've got like different aspects of the actual balls themselves. But because it's not because it doesn't actually have the anything off, I won't show it. But it's a game. I keep on meaning to cover this game because I actually really like it. It's just interesting the way it sort of is played, and it's got a bit of a roguelike. It's like a roguelike pool game, and which works very, very well, I got to say. So you can see it's rated very positive there. Came out a year ago, essentially, and I've never got around to actually showing it, but it's a game that, as I say, I do actually enjoy it quite a bit. More than I should, I think. Where are we? Looking for the big deals. Nothing much else coming up, really. Nothing much in there. Necro King. Now, this one... I think people like that. I've never played that one. It's a card game. I tend not to play many card games, to be honest. They're not enough off to warrant us spending time looking at those. We'll have a quick look in through here. That's it. Okay, cool. So we've got our list of games which we'll start to go through. So 60% off for Into the Breach. Into the Breach is maybe we'll just do it through through the cards, so we can sort of see it in through here. If you haven't played it, one of the great things about Into the Breach is that the maps are they're algorithmically random, which means that you don't know exactly what you're going to get every time you do it. You essentially have like different mechs that you have to then bring in to then fight sort of like random things that happen on the map itself in a very, very small, just a little 8x8 map. As I said before, the maps are random, but they're algorithmic. So they'll essentially have like an algorithm of how they're constructed. Like in this case, I think there's a dam that has to be broken open. So that will always be there. But then you've got like the different things with the different buildings. You've got to then protect buildings from different invasion type things. It's just a really, really good game. Like it's as I said before, it's certainly a roguelike in the way that it's approached, but it's a structure of it is brilliant. It's just such a great game. This is, if you don't actually have this in your library, at 60% off, I would, even though it seems old, they've still been updating it and updating it fairly meaningfully. So this is actually where you customize your mechs to go into the actual attack. We've got like different sort of like the mech commander and then the actual mechs themselves that you start to bring in. This is the so judging from so you then get a bit of an idea as to what you have to then go and do for the map that you're going to be then landing on. The mechanics in this are really, really good. Like this is, as I said before, this is genre defining. This game here. When I think of this game compared to Nine Kings, for me this is such a better game, just because it actually has been very, very innovative in its approach. Nine Kings, as I said, great game, but not one of these sort of games that is absolutely genre defining. So this is again more sort of combat, sort of showing the different sorts of worlds, leveling up the different mechs that you end up getting, acclamation zones back and through there. That one there is an incredible game. So if you don't actually have it, 60% off at the moment. Definitely worth getting. Now this one has been out for a little bit of time, so it seems old, but it's a game with a lot of replay value. If we go back and have a look at the where is it? The community hub. Just see when the last time it was actually updated in any sort of meaningful way. Just go back to the news in this case. I thought it was last year. No, 2 years ago. Small patch. So maybe it's longer. Maybe it's This is the advanced edition. Yeah, from 2022. Okay, so it's a few years ago. 3 years ago now was the last big update that they actually had. So that was actually this was actually a big one for the actual game itself. But at 60% off, I would definitely highly recommend getting Into the Breach if you don't actually have it. It's worth getting. I don't have that in my giveaways. I was just having a quick look at my list of giveaways. That's not part of the giveaway that we actually have. So that's Into the Breach. Definitely worth having a look at. 35% off for Xenonauts 2. This is probably the one where the special isn't that great, but Xenonauts 2 is an incredible game. Like and it just gets better and better. It's still in early access, so they're still actually sort of building it. This I know turns a lot of people off, but this game is definitely close to the end of its early access period now. Like we've got all of the componentry in the game, all of the different enemy ships are in the game now. So it's just now pretty much polishing it. Pretty much, and it's an incredibly good game, like just amazingly good with what it actually does do. So Xenonauts 2, as I say, I'll be playing that one in a few days' time. Looking forward to playing that one actually. I've been looking forward to getting back into Xenonauts 2 as an ongoing series. Like I've been sort of playing ongoing series of games on the channel for a fair amount of time. I was wanting to hold off on Xenonauts until the next big patch came, and I don't think we've got Milestone 533 stable release. They do a lot of these different releases. Like in 27th of May, they released an experimental version. These aren't massive with what they then go and do, but then they do actually have the these milestones are not what I would call milestones. These are sort of like just supplementary additions. If we have a look at, is that news that we're looking at? Let's look at news. So the different lists that we sort of then go and see, the hot fix. So even though they're called it milestone, it's not really a milestone. So the big ones are going to be things like the 5.3, I think. And then they do give updates every month. The development is really, really cool with what they're actually doing. So I'm just trying to see where the big updates actually are. Some of them have got like a lot of changes. So I was going to hope to sort of wait for the next major change before I sort of got into it. But whatever happens, we'll be playing it in 3 days' time. So anyway, that's there's a lot of development going on with Xenonauts 2 at the moment, but it's extremely well. You can play it very, very well. Just go back to the store page there again as well. So Xenonauts is sort of like XCOM, but turn-based. Oh, well, XCOM is turn-based, but it's sort of like it's more of a top-down sort of three-quarter of top-down view, third-person type game that is just really, really good with random maps. So I love it. I love it. Okay, then we've got this next one is actually we just did Into the Breach. Why have I got that again? Into the Breach. I'll just go back there. Did I get that one in twice? I wonder why I did that. Maybe because it's just so damn good. Must be it. Old World. So again, we can sort of see as a revolutionary new historical strategy game. The thing people don't like about this is, I guess, the story aspect of the game. But the thing I like about this more than Civ games is that it doesn't go through different eras. It just stays in the ancient world, and so it doesn't doesn't have this mechanic of taking you through eons of different eras. And because I really don't like that as a game mechanic. Like it's sort of something that I just shy away from all the time. But this is like if you like Civ games and you don't like eras, this is your game. This is the one. So it came out in 2022, and they keep on bringing out different bundles as well. Actually, even the bundles are 50% off. That's not bad actually. When you look at the whole lot, you may want to pick up some of these as well. Just looking at that. So anyway, that's Old World, and again, that's a game that I haven't played as much as I would like to. A lot of these, I have so many games in that category. Like some games I really play a lot, like Dwarf Fortress, Distant Worlds, games like that. But then there's so many games like that, and like most of these games are showing right now actually, that I always really want to get back to play, and I never ever do, or I very, very rarely do. Gloomhaven's another one in that sort of category, where you've ended up. Gloomhaven is it's basically a board game. That's actually where it started. And so this is the digital adaptation of the actual Gloomhaven board game. Gloomhaven was sort of like a community backed board game, extremely detailed from what I can sort of understand. You can see recent reviews are only saying mostly positive, and I think that may be because they did actually introduce some new mechanics recently. But overall, it's a very, very strategic game with random maps. Even the board game, it's got sort of like randomized components, so you end up with sort of like a squad of different beings with different abilities that you then sort of take through this these fantasy maps. And so the idea is that you sort of there's an overworld, but really you are just fighting on tactical maps. So yeah, very, very good game. There was an update to this as well. Even the update looks like it's got sort of extra stuff in it as well. So that's actually pretty cool. Yeah, Jaws of the Lion, mostly positive. Some of these didn't. Yeah, this is mostly negative. This is solo scenarios. People didn't like this one, so I'm not sure why. I haven't really played that one actually, but that's actually something worth. But Gloomhaven itself, very, very good game. 80% off for Aggressors Ancient Rome. This is a game that I really, really want to like, and whenever I play it, I get a bit frustrated with it, and I can't remember exactly what it is. It's one of these games that you don't know that you've lost until way, way after you've actually gone past the point of no return, and that's, I think, is the thing I don't like about it. But it's a very strategic game, a mix of deep gameplay and rich historical flavour. Aggressors Ancient Rome lets you relive history as a ruler of one of the mightiest civilizations in the ancient Mediterranean, choose one of 20 available factions and conquer the world. So it's rated very positive, 81%. And this one came out in 2018. If we have a look at the other one, where is it? Just trying to see where it actually is. Imperium's Greek. This is the other one that they've got. This is... I'll just get rid of that. So this one's also rated very positively. This one is sort of more from the Greek side of things. So this is actually in 2020. So the first one we had a look at the ancient Rome is fairly old now. So this one actually came out a fair time ago. So I probably wouldn't even bother with that one. I might just turn that one off, even though it's 80% off. It's still pretty cheap. It's a cheap game for what it actually is. So you can get for 75% off. You can get both of them, a bundle for both. Maybe that wouldn't be too bad actually. But the Greek one, we'll get to that one. That's it there. So the Greek is a unique combination of turn-based 4X and historical grand strategy with mythological twist. Explore the ancient world and build a world-leading civilization. Survive, expand, conquer, and win. This runs rated at 84%. It's a very, very good game. It can be quite unforgiving when you do actually sort of then go and play it. The graphics aren't great, but the actual gameplay is very, very good. So I would say at 70% off. Actually, well, that's why it's 75% off to get the bundle. Is you do end up essentially with the both games sort of. So yeah, I would start off with Greek Wars. This is the more recent version of the game, and it certainly certainly has got a few more extra little bits and pieces than we see with the other ones. You do actually have content like the Rise of Caesar. It comes into this particular game. So even though the other one is Aggressors Ancient Rome, you do actually have the Rise of Caesar DLC. That's actually not a bad one. Actually, I quite like that one. Rome versus Carthage as well. So there's a fair few different DLCs for the game, but I would recommend this game, particularly at 70% off. I think that's a good value with what it's actually doing. What did we get up to? So we've got Gloomhaven. We've just go back to here now. So Illuminati, this is an interesting one. It's a turn-based strategy game straight from medieval manuscripts where a rabbit's bum can be deadlier than a dog's sword, become a master of a living ink, build your own bestiary, defeat medieval superstars and collect perks to unleash hidden powers. Now, it's sort of funny, like it does some weird little things, like talking about rabbits' bums and stuff like that, which sort of diminishes, in my opinion, how good the game actually is. It makes it so that it feels like it's frivolous, but what it is it's a game based on the on what used to happen in the borders of manuscripts, like back in the medieval times, and so it's essentially like you've got these medieval little characters that are sort of almost semi-random the way that they sort of do go and work, and then you've got to find ways of fighting with these actual little creatures as if they're on the border of a manuscript, and so it's sort of like this as if the manuscript itself is fighting each other, and it actually works very, very, very well. Like you can see, it's very positive in through here. What's it rated? 88%. So its rate's extremely high. This is another game that I've meant to do videos on this because it's just so good. It's very, very interesting, and you pick up these ink stuff. So there's all sorts of different mechanics with it, but it's as I say, quite a nice little game. This one. Let's just see if I can sort of show the way it sort of then does go and work. So you sort of tend to bring in the different characters. We've got like hit points. I forget all the different mechanics that are actually in it until you sort of go and play it. So even though it looks like it's a Darkest Dungeon sort of style thing, it plays, in my opinion, better than Darkest Dungeon, the way it sort of does go and work. You've got to shuffle your units around to then sort of go and set up how different combats will actually happen. We can sort of see what the enemy combat is going to be, so you then got to do different things that will then sort of be able to then affect what you then end up doing. I'll just go in through each of these. You can sort of see it's certainly got like the feel of like as if there's a manuscript sort of following on from different things, where you've got to then try to defeat the enemy person using your unusual creatures back and through here. So it's as if you're sort of shuffling different units around, but extremely good game. Extremely good game. So anyway, that's Illuminati. So it's a game that I really have meant to play and show, and it's sort of, I even recorded video for it. I just never really uploaded it, but I really did enjoy it a lot. Like it's sort of it's right up there. So 64% off at the moment. That's a good buy. What's the actual price? This is Australian dollars, so you sort of like we're about Australian dollars are around about 50% more than US dollars, so that would be about $10 US thereabouts, $9 or $10. But very, very good game. Now we've got the last spell. I didn't actually. I don't know anything at all about this one. This one's rated 93%, 91%. I don't know why I actually opened this one up, because I really know nothing at all about it, and so I can't really talk about it. So I'll actually turn that one off. Okay, this is Imperial Greek Wars. We went through that one. Hard West 2 is an interesting game. This is a tactical game where it's rated 100% in recent times and 81% before that, where you've essentially got, I think it's a ghost type thing, clever tweaks to a different formula through here. This is a journey in the heart of darkness in the American West. Take control of a supernatural posse and catch the mysterious ghost train. Outsmart, outcheat, and outgun your enemies in the turn-based tactics game set in the Wild West world where nothing is as it seems. So you've sort of got almost like ghost creatures, but it's almost like XCOM, but in using sort of ghost elements, but also then fighting, of course, with guns and whatever else there might actually be. It's actually quite good. It's not a random map game though, so that's probably the one thing that's a bit of a negative with it. But it's actually not a bad one at all. Yeah, actually, there we go. So Robert Barron's saying $8.99, so about $9 US for the Inclinati. So all right. So sorry I'm missing so much of the chat. Sorbical talking about Xenonauts 2. Sorbical saying, I originally backed Xenonauts 2 back in September of 2018. Taking 7 years to release the final game is just a little too long. Well, if you sort of this is a very, very valid criticism actually of the development of the of Xenonauts 2, is that the development when they first sort of put it into because they had, Xenonauts 1 had been developed. It was a good game, but not a great game. It sort of had a lot of failures, I think, in the way it sort of worked. But people did quite like it, again, because it was a bit of an indie game. People are very forgiving of indie games. And so when Xenonauts 2 actually was announced, people thought, yeah, that's great. Let's go and actually sort of back this one and make something of it. And like Sorbicola sort of saying. And then it just ground down. It was so slow. Every time that they were trying to, and they didn't release anything really playable for a long period of time. And so what ended up happening was, in between, when they would bring an update out, it was shit, I've got to say. The actual updates were you sort of thought you were waiting for, okay, we're going to get the playable bits and pieces now. We're going to be able to start to play the game. And then they'd come out with a development update that really added nothing much to the game. That was after months and months and months of development. And it was it was extremely slow, and it got to the point where people just thought the game was abandoned. It was that bad in terms of the actual engagement with the community, and so I'm sort of this because I was really waiting for it as well, and so it became extremely frustrating. And then Hooded Horse came in as the publisher, and I think that they just gave it some structure. It seemed at that point that the devs actually then got a better structure on how to actually approach the development of the game. I think that they always were going to be developing what they had to do, but very, very quickly we started to then get playable versions of the game coming out. We got meaningful updates, and then we got a lot of updates. And so we're now in a mode where, for a long period of time now, we've actually had a lot of updates coming out for Xenonauts 2. Where, like you saw there, I was when I showed that have we still got it open? Yeah, Xenonauts 2, 35% off. If I do go back to the community hub and then go back to the news, if we just have a look over the last month, we've got stable releases, we've got experimental releases, different milestones, not milestones, but different updates actually happening all the way through 16th of May, 14th of May, 8th of May, 7th of May, 6th of May, 3rd of May, 1st of May, back in through there. So over the course of 1 month, that's a lot of updates. And it wasn't like this way back in the day. Back in when it was first being built, we would get like a really crappy little update that might take 4 or 5 months to come out, and so but now we're getting them every week. So it's a very, very different regime than the early days. So I know there's a lot of people who are very, very unforgiving of the game because of that frustration from the early times, but it's actually no longer like that. So I would actually just sort of say, have another look if it's been a while and you've gotten frustrated with it because of the development back then. It's an extremely good game now, and it really is just rocketing along. And I don't know if I think that things changed when Hooded Horse came in. I know that Hooded Horse aren't heavy-handed in the way that they sort of handle their development teams, and so I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe they just gave them the right sort of support or whatever it might be. I've got no idea as to actually how that one sort of did work. So anyway, that's where we are with the with Xenonauts 2 now. Xenonauts 2, all of that time that was so frustrating, and I was also one of the people that thought, this is just going to be shit. By the time it does come out, it's going to be so screwed up because of the amount of time it's been taken. I really wasn't expecting anything at all, and then all of a sudden, when Hooded Horse did take it over, I then thought I'll give it another look, and then it just came out very soon after that one. They then sort of had released versions, and it was just brilliant, so much better than Xenonauts 1. So anyway, that's if you, like Sorbacola sort of saying, if you were an original backer, you may want to have another look at that one if you did get frustrated with it back in the day. It seems like it's almost like a different game, different development, certainly a different development regime, even though it's got the same devs. So Jay Bay is then saying sometimes creative people do need someone else to put a bit of a structure in place. The problem is sometimes the people doing the structure get too over controlling. Yes, absolutely, but that's not the case in this one through here. So Invictus is saying not every patch is a milestone. There you go. You're saying Dad again. Daz, it's all milestone 5. Yeah, this is why I don't like them using the word milestone. Milestones in development should be a major point. Like this is actually a major release of the game, and they certainly do have like a lot of major releases, but it's hard to sort of find. It's usually when you got the .30.0s. So but it says it's only a hot fix for that one there, which is sort of unusual. It was the 8th of May. It's experimental for 3.1. They do actually have monthly updates where they talk about what they're working on, which I quite like. They're very, very communicative now with what they did, and they weren't back in the day. I'm just trying to see where the last major release actually was. But you can see that their development schedule here is very, very high. Like it's like they do a lot of stuff, and they focus on what people want them to focus on. Again, it's I think J-Bay, you're right. Like I think that there's for whatever reason, Hooded Horse were able to give them structure without being overbearing. Victor's saying, God, I need to stop calling you Dad. Seeking Better saying, getting structure, aka a come to Jesus meeting. So Michael's saying they've had more than enough time for Xenonauts 2, and would have been nice playing a Daz Demption a year ago with a complete game. Oh, look, to be honest, I never get that deep into it to be playing the end of the game stuff. I just enjoy seeing the new things that do come in when you do get to have them. So Tiger Russ is saying New World is appalling for updates. Do you mean Old World? Is that what you meant? So yeah. So we've got. I think there was another comment there which I missed about that one. Yeah, no, sorry. I thought I missed a comment there. Anyway, I'll keep on going back up. We'll just keep on sort of moving our way through. So, Hard West we've covered. 10%. Now, what's that one? Why have I got a 10% game successor? Because I wanted to look at this one. This is why I wanted to look at this one through here. It sort of looks like it's almost random, but I don't know if it is. A roguelike adventure in which you lead a lord and heroes to conquer fractured kingdoms in real time with paused tactical combat, reinvented to create campaigns. This one's coming out, has just come out. Great campaigns. Yeah, I might try to leave that one open actually, just see if that one's worth. What are the people saying about it? Great turn-based RPG with some fresh ideas is very promising. You can see the potential here. Similar games like this in the past was Warbands, Bushido. Basically the game is a miniature tabletop, I'm guessing. RTS with Dungeons & Dragons features. Pretty hard, but once you grasp the idea, what a gem. Okay, this is good. Possibly hard, good. That's what we want. Only less than an hour on, like, you can't really, like 6 hours, yeah, you can say promising fantasy tile game. I enjoyed recording episodes for my YouTube channel. There we are. What a gem. Yeah, this is 15 hours on record. I think I will actually, I might just drop that down on my little list of games to try to contact. So it looks good. I mean, it looks interesting with the tiles, the way that they've sort of been structured. So I'll just type successor and see if I can actually get my hands on it to show it off, because it does look interesting. Actually, we might even play the video if we can get it to work. Turn the sound off, I think. They're not giving any sort of commentary. It does certainly have like a tabletop type feel, Dungeons and Dragons feel, doesn't it? But how much of this is random? So it's sort of like basic cards in through here, real time. So I'm guessing you. Okay, that's burning. That's interesting. It looks like it could be random, the way it works. Yeah, there's a few games like this where you've got height mechanics as well. Looks like it's mainly focused on these tactical battles, not the strategic map. We might have a look at the strategic map and see if we can figure out if that's random or not. That'll be... let's go back to the strategic map. That was it there. So that doesn't look random, unfortunately. No, it doesn't look like it's random. Oh, maybe. It is hex based. It might be. And you've got the locations. That could be random. All right. Well, we might. I might still see if I can get my hands on this one and see how it goes. Anyway, that's successor. Symphony of War. This is one that I would recommend at when was it? Is it 80% off for this one? Yeah, it's 60% off. So yeah, it's a bit of a mix. So what this one here is that you end up with a with different forces where you do get to choose who they attack. So you've got essentially got. I'll just open this one up so you can sort of have a bit of a look at it. So you've got a very detailed character system in the game. So every single character that you've then got, you can sort of see them down the bottom through here. They're sort of represented up in the top in through this other side with their hit points, but they've also got other stats as well. And so in this case, there's like a fight about to sort of start with musketeers down in the back through here. You've got healers at the back in this instance with some knights, and then also some sort of halberdiers in the front, and then sort of spearmen from the other side. But if we have a bit of a look through, there's sort of like a story, and this is why it's not random, unfortunately. I really wish that the story elements weren't in it and that it was more random. It's funny because there's games like Brigandine, which actually do they've got very heavy story elements, but there is actually a very good random map aspect to Brigandine, which I quite like. It's another game that I keep on meaning to go back and play. you can see through here the various when you load up you build these squads, and so you've got to try to get balance in your squad with the different types of units, and you've then got different things like you can change the formation, the artifacts, the statuses, changing classes. The units will actually level up. So the actual leveling up in the game is extremely good. There's so much to like about this game. It's just not random. That's the only thing about it that's that I would love to have. I would love to play this game on random maps. I just would love it. Probably one of my favourite games if that was the case, to be honest. So I do really like this one. I rate it very, very highly. This one's just sort of moving its way through before it sort of gets into combat. That's starting the game. Different creatures. You do sort of have like this one with sort of like a giant type creature coming back in through here, swiping away. Different types of units again. Different units in through there as well. You can see down this group is actually attacking very, very effectively. Has wiped out a few of the other units. So it seems it's almost like an Advanced Wars sort of style game in the way it sort of does work. But yeah, I just wish there was random maps. So Gratian's saying the Steam page for successor says it's set in an adventure generated as procedural. Oh, okay. Well, that actually makes successors a must look at then in that case. Thanks for that. I didn't read that. So yeah, actually Tenor is also saying procedurally generated kingdoms are great. Okay, that's really, really interesting. Okay, well I'm going to definitely have to approach them and sort of see what sort of get my grubby hands on that game. Wow, this is a difficult fight. Some sort of demon with all of the claws. I've actually got individual mechanics there as well. This is the essentially I think the leveling up that you then end up getting. This is a grand army. All squads have an army plus 10 capacity limit. Yeah, blah blah blah. This this is such a good game. With what it actually does do. Anyway, I won't keep on gushing over this one, but this is this game. If it had random maps, it would be unbelievably good. So it's more of a puzzler type game because you've got to go through preset maps. But yeah, God, I would love this game to have random maps. It would be extremely good. Anyway, that's currently 60% off. I think that's a good value actually at 60% off for what it does do. It's very good. It would just be great if they did random maps. I think people always ask for it and they just never get to it. Unfortunately, 50% off. So we're nearly ready to do our next giveaway after this. So we'll just keep on sort of going with this one. So we've got War Tales back in through here, which came out in 2023. So it's only mostly positive. I know 80%, that's actually okay. 89% back in through there. This is sort of like an RPG type thing. I won't sort of cover that one sort of too much. Shiro Games is the developer of it. Let's keep on scooting through. USC, I really like this game. It's sort of funny because it's only rated as mixed. 66%, so at least it's over 50%. But it's an interesting game for me. So Lead Your Space Commandos in a revival of turn-based squad tactics inspired by UFO/XCOM. It's excuse me. It's quite different though. It's not an easy game at all. Like where you've got to go through and sort of clear out different alien groups. So essentially, it's almost like playing Space Hulk. Is sort of like the approach. But it's more unforgiving, and it's sort of, there's more damage that you can sort of do. Like there's friendly fire. It's random maps again as well, which I think is why I like it so much. The thing that gets a bit annoying is that the aliens always look the same, and that's probably a bit of a negative. But it's as a squad-based game, it's really, really quite difficult. I haven't really played this mode, and I'm sort of interested in this sort of mode actually, just to sort of go through where you expand out and start to sort of try to get resources and things. I think that would be pretty cool. Yeah, as I say, I like it. I think it's better than what's actually written in through there. Came out about a year ago, and I did play a bit of this game actually. So I did play this not a lot, but a fair bit because I enjoyed the original game, which came out a long time ago. But yeah, this one's certainly better than the original. It's a difficult game to start because you do actually have to. What you should be doing is actually you're setting up your force fairly effectively, like your actual balancing out your different units, getting the right sort of equipment. So that can take a little bit of time initially when you're setting up your squad before you go into the actual fights, and then it's a very good game. It's quite unforgiving. Now we've got 15% there in case of card. I don't know why I've showed that one because we already should have shown that one. All right, so we've gone through our hit list of games that I think that I would recommend during the festival. Actually, Orica saying Symphony of War is amazing. Yeah, it's great. So Pebble Dash is saying, Daz, you're going to play EU5 if I get my hands on it. Now, I haven't actually asked for it. I think if I asked for it, I would get it, but I haven't actually asked for it. And the reason I haven't asked for it is I've got too many other commitments at the moment with games, so I don't want to get it and then not play it. So ZXM is saying you play everything on easy, but for some reason I love Battle Brothers on Legendary with the Legends mod. That game just syncs with me. Battle Brothers is very, very unforgiving. Very unforgiving. Yeah, Michael's saying Dad's 3 criteria for a good game: random maps, no story, and no halfling luck. That's exactly right. That's exactly what it is. Any game without those is a brilliant game. So there we go. Bubo's saying I finished Symphony of War the other day. Great game. Took me 100 hours. It's a story-based game. Brigandine is another game that I really like. It's got incredible story elements, and it's a JRPG, like a Japanese sort of role-play game type thing, where it's where the stories are way over the top. It's but the actual gameplay in Brigandine is very, very strong, and it's a bit similar to the way Symphony of War is as well. But Symphony of War, God, just some randomization in those maps would be just so good. Anyway, let's do the next giveaway. The next giveaway is going to. So if you're not in the running just yet, what you need to do is just type in. You can see it in the sticky at the top of the chat. There is my turn, no space, to be in the running. So and then you will need to. You have 2 minutes after if you do win it, to then get through and actually let me know that you actually are the winner, and like just in the chat. And if that's the case, then I at least know that you're actually done it. Otherwise, we'll do another redraw. So this is our giveaway. Now, what we're going to be doing here. So you try Rogue Conflict, Daz, says Invictus. Rogue Conflict, I'm not sure what that one is. Rogue-like Panzer Corps type. Oh, okay. That sounds interesting. I'll write that one down. I don't know if I've got that one. Conflict, yeah. So just my turn, no spaces. Just type the word my turn in there. So what we're going to be doing here is we've got 3 games to give away. I'll just go through each of these different games, and I'll just do it at the back end of one of these, and we'll just start to string together a few other different games in through here as well. So the Jupiter Hell is a game that I had meant to cover. I have played it a fair bit. I like it. It came out in 2021. So Jupiter Hell is this one here. I'll just go across to it. This is a true roguelike, turn-based shooter, permadeath, tribute to the classic sci-fis. So it's essentially Doom, but Doom in 3D. And I'll just go and open up one of the sort of pages here, so you can sort of have a bit of a look. So you've got random maps. You've got to go through different levels to sort of to open up the different areas. This is a bit like the USC. It's actually easier than USC. So the USC is still a squad-based sort of game. This one is but this is essentially Doom, but from a top-down perspective. You can see there's a few different sort of screenshots in through here. You can pick up different sorts of loot. There's your mini map on the other side there. You've got different level ups as you sort of start to come through. It is quite strategic the way you've sort of got to then go and play it. It's not easy, but it's easier to get into because you sort of start off. In fact, I might even show. We'll show when we can. So let's go and do that one. I may not even have it installed at the moment. I'll just go and have a look. I won't install it if I don't. If I do have it, I'll open it up. It's sort of one of those games that's always on the periphery of do I want to play it or not, you know. So it's sort of I try to sort of clear out Jupiter Hell. JJ, no, I don't have it installed at the moment. It'll be on my uninstalled list. So I got a bit aggressive with the last time I sort of started to uninstall things. Yeah, Jupiter Hell is in there. So I played it for 6.5 hours, which for me is a fairly long time. Anyway, that's Jupiter Hell. So that's one of the games, and it is a good game. So that's very positive, 91% of that one. The next two, I don't know what they are. So let's have a look and see what the next one is. The next one in this pack. So you're going to get all three games. This is Path of Acra. There we go. Path of Acra is currently, oh wow, this actually looks pretty cool. So this looks old school. It came out in 2024, so it's a year old. It's overwhelmingly positive, 98% for everyone that's played the game, 100% in recent times. So people have really liked this one actually. So Path of Acra, a dark fantasy roguelike of the ancient Earth with focus on streamlined controls and rapid hero customization. A broken build sandbox, fight through deadly lands of Acra to reach the horrors of the obelisk and discover what lies beyond. This looks pretty damn good. Let's have a look and see what we can spot. Yeah, I mean, it's very, very old school, isn't it? But that's big ratings. A lot of people have really liked this. Yeah, interesting game. So anyway, that's currently 30% off. But so that's also part of the next one. I think Daz would enjoy, says Lewis. Yeah, it looks good. It's and Mad Hat Ravendesk is saying Path of Acra is awesome. So many hours sunk into it. Okay, yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, so a few of you are saying that one. I might pop that one down on my little list of games. Have a bit of a look at as well, because it does look pretty cool actually. And the last one that we've got in this particular bundle is Necro King, which I think we had a look at before. Necro King, there it is there. Yeah, this one is only $3 at the moment, but this is also very positive, 83%, 70%. I have heard of this one. This one's also less than a year old. But I had heard that this one was a very, very good game as well. So anyway, there's some good games there, 60% off at the moment. Fairly cheap little game. So anyway, that's what we're going to have. So good luck, everyone. If you just got a couple of seconds to just type in the word "my turn" in one word, "my turn" like this. We've got 47 entries, so we'll see who the winner is. So good luck, everyone. So that's the big long list of you ready to try to pick up this particular one. So we'll just get straight into it. And choose a winner. So all three games, Jupiter Hell, Path of Acra, and Necro King, all part of this particular bundle. And so the winner is Joram HH. So what I need you to do is you've got 2 minutes to actually just say yay or just do some sort of response, just so I know that you have seen it. And if you are a winner, what you need to do is you need to send me an email at daz@daztactic.com, which I'll put in the chat. You need to actually let me know that you're the winner, and then I'll send you out the keys. So there we are. Joram has actually responded. 28 seconds in. That's great. Okay, so Joram, if you can send me that email, I can then send you all three keys. And we'll just move that across a little bit. And we probably actually should start to wind up. There's a couple of games I did want to highlight actually that aren't part of the this particular one. I've actually picked up a couple of games which are a bit smaller than than what I would normally be playing, but I did want to highlight one in particular, Dawnfolk. I've just started playing this one actually this week, and I really, really like it. Nine Kings is good as well. I've already sort of spoken a little bit about that one. That one's just come out this week, but Dawnfolk is really interesting. This is actually it's almost like a city builder, a little bit like Nine Kings is a city builder as well, but this one is, I'll just show you what I mean. I'll just go and play it, and play a little bit of it. But it's a really nice little game. It's and it's quite relaxing. Like and it's got like very, very old game mechanics intermixed in with it. So if I go into play, if I go into story mode, you can sort of unlock different things. I've got like 50 unlocks at this point in time. So I've played these two. I haven't really gone too far into it just yet. There are things like Curious Expeditions where you can sort of then go and start to sort of play different aspects. But if I go into, I'll just start with the standard one at the start here. This is sort of like the initial one. You've got like normal mode and then hard mode. I've done normal, I haven't done hard yet. If I go to hard, the way it works is you've got this little creature here which is sort of there to help you. I'll just sort of try to skim past all this. And if I just press number 1, it's then going to pause the game. So I can then sort of make use of what I have. I'll just explain how this game works, but I'm really impressed with it. It's actually really an impressive little game. So you've got different resources. You've got light, which in through here you've got like dark mist, which you can then sort of get a bit of a feel for what's in here. And so you can unlock these by using light. At the moment we've got 0 light. And as you unlock each one, it adds 1 more light to unlock the next one. So you've got to choose carefully where you have the unlocks. You also get attacked by darkness at different times, and you have to have enough lights ending up being stored up to be able to fight the darkness. You start off in the middle here, which is your home, and so to level this one up, I can't really do anything with that one just yet, but we can sort of actually I didn't realise we could move that around. Anyway, that's. Just close the menu, and then we have different terrain out through here, which we can then sort of do different things with. The resource we have is people. Back and through there, we're getting +2 per turn. We need to get more than that. We've got 40 of them so far. We're getting 0 food, so we need to get on top of our food. We've only got 5 food, and we're getting 0 resources or production. So we need to get all of these things sort of then done. If we have a look. Production can be done through chopping down forests, or can be you can set up sort of like a forester to then sort of start to go and do things. Food can come through from hunting the creatures. I won't play too much of it. You also then have in this dark mist there's actually a farm, so we might as well unlock the farm as well. I'll just go back to playing it with a little bit of speed. So this will then sort of start to upgrade. If I go into here and then try to get more food, I'll just go to hunt to start with. And so this is like a little game where I've got it's almost like a Space Invaders, where I can then sort of try to go and kill as many of these as I can. Oops, I'm really bad at this. Only got 2 of them. And so then we end up getting a bit more food that way. That now just goes back to being a normal forest. I'm going to chop this forest down. So we'll chop that one down. Again, we have little mini games. And I just get to the back end, and then where I get the most production. So I now have got like a fair bit of production. If I just go and press number 1, you can see we've now got 1 light. We're now 1 day in, so essentially, where we've done a bit of that sort of work. I can still keep on doing these. As long as I've got people to invest in these, I can then do different things. So with the farm would like to have, we can build up different groups that sort of work next to each other. Like if I got if I go to this location, actually I'll go to this location here, I'll illuminate the farm, so that then gives me the wheat field. So I'm now making +1 food from the wheat field. If I go back into the dark mist, actually I'll just let it go forward again. If I unlock this one through here, I'm going to then be able, and this one here takes 2 now, so I'll just wait until we go to 2 days in. There's no great rush. What I can do here is actually go and get tents, which will give me more people. That's going to cost me food. I don't have enough food at the moment. But I'll just wait until I get to 2. There we are. So we'll now illuminate this one. And so next to farmlands, if I start to sort of make farmlands in through here, I can then just go back through and then start to create. This one here, I don't have enough production to be able to build a farm, but it will then start to magnify farms around this area. If I go into here as well, and then just go back into creating a cropland, that's 5 and 5. I can then just make that one. So this is wheat field. I'll just go back in. Sorry, this is the tutorial. But if we just go back across and make that into a wheat field, I now have 2 wheat fields. So when I do get the production, I can then start to go through other ways. I might just go and hunt this one. There we go, perfect. So we've got a heap of food from that one. If I then go into here, I can then go and change this one to a lumberjack, but I need 25 people. So the people are now a problem. So I now need to go and start to get more with the tents. So I've now got enough food and production for tents. And I can go and grab another tent in through there. And we're getting +4 people. Let's just go this way and put more tents in. And so it's a matter of trying to produce what you can with the like managing all these different resources. So and it's a pretty good game, I've got to say, and it sort of ramps up. You can level things up. It's actually very, very good. So yeah, I really quite like this. So anyway, I thought I'd just show that one without actually. I was thinking of making a video, but it's sort of like it's one of these games where you don't need to spend a lot of time to see whether you're going to like it or not. And so that one is it is a good game, I've got to say. Another one that I also thought was a pretty good one is this Border Pioneer, which has only just come out. And so this one here is an interesting game. Just go to New Exploration. It's New Pioneer. Just go next. I think I've still just got to go. What we're going to do, and I've forgotten how to play this. To be honest, you got to put a town hall down, and then you start to sort of then go and build different things. So the maps don't seem to be all that random. I don't think they really can be. And so there's you've got different things like with goblins, weak when they're alone. Herald is from the kingdom is waiting. So you then sort of come through, bring your supplies, confirm. Anyway, I won't go through it in much detail, but this is a interesting little game as well. Like fairly basic. Back to the title. So that was another one that I was thinking of doing a little video on, but I may sort of get, once I've actually had a bit more of a play with that one, to sort of spend a bit of time. Because saying I spent many hours mini arcade game in Stardew Valley. So Drex then saying, did you cover Xenonauts Flashpoint? It got released out of early access. Was it today? Was it? I know that they actually just did an update. There it is. There. I haven't actually. I haven't looked at that one today. Where are we? Let's just go back to one of these. I know there was another big one. This is sort of not on special at the moment, so we're mainly just covering the other one. This was a good game. It's a very good game, but it's so has it just been released? Has it? Let's have another look. For release. Yeah, there's new hair. That's the new thing that's just come in. I'm not seeing the release there. Launch update. There we are. I thought it launched a week or so back. Am I wrong about that? Oh, maybe I might have had the launch version a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, 3 weeks to go. Okay, so yeah, it has just launched. There it is. Interesting. Okay, so that's actually just been released as well. That's a good game. But we are running out of time, and we need to get our marble run sorted. So you missed the release news. Yeah, so that would be it there, I'm sure. That would have to be the one. There's new options there. Good game, very, very good game, that one. Anyway, let's continue on. So with what we're going to do now is we're going to do a marble run for the last giveaway. If you don't claim it, the prizes will then go back into the mix. I'll just go through what the prizes actually are so that you guys can so make sure you're doing my turn as what you need to be doing to be in the marble run. Once we sort of get going, it's too late, and we're going to be doing three runs. It's just whoever finishes on top will end up getting the bundle of games. This is a good bundle of games we have as the final giveaway. So this one here, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be getting one of the games. So you get all 3 games. You are going to be wanting this, guys. So I'm typing the word Xeno. Xenonauts 2 is one of the games. So Xenonauts 2 is one of the pack. So you get Xenonauts 2. You also get another good game that I haven't covered that I meant to cover because I've been playing this one a bit as well. Heart of the Machine. So this is actually this has only just come out recently as well. So Heart of the Machine is quite an interesting game. I don't know if I covered this one or not, but this one is you've got sort of like a dystopian world or city that you've actually got like a rogue AI that you're actually part of, where you then need to go through and use your robots across the. It's a very different style of game where you're trying to slowly take over the city as an AI. It's extremely well done. Like it's brilliant. Another hooded horse game in through here. So we've got 2 hooded horse games in this final bundle. We've got Xenonauts 2 and Heart of the Machine, but we also then have, and this is still just early access at this stage. So I will be covering this one I will be covering this one definitely because it's I really have enjoyed playing this game a lot. And so you get Xenonauts 2, you get Heart of the Machine. You also get a game which I covered a bit actually about a month ago, which is Emperor of the Fading Suns. So this is the enhanced version of that. And so this is a game also which is very, very much old school, but very, very playable. It does sort of, because of the old school aspect, I've got to say it does become a bit of a micromanagement hell as you get into it. So just be aware of that, but it is a very, very good game. So this one is rated at 94%, 88% in recent times. It's sort of one of those games where I stopped trying to show it because of the micromanagement aspect, but it didn't really impact my own enjoyment, if that makes sense. I'm sort of getting mindful of being bogged down in doing things that I wouldn't actually mind doing myself, but I don't like to record or show. So basically because I know it's just going to be boring for people. So, but in this case, Emperor of the Fading Suns Enhanced is is really old in like the original game, but very, very well. I would love to see a modern version of this. Kind of be like with all new graphics and sort of new engine and so on and so forth. It's brilliantly done, just brilliantly done. So all three games are for the winner of Marble Run. So let's get Marble Run set up and get into it. So that will be then. So that was a lot of really good giveaways today. It was awesome. Here we go. I've just got to update available. I'll just cancel that one. File, open recent, marble names. All right, so if you have not put your name into the giveaway, we've got 53 of you vying for this one, and I won't know if you're not around, and so it's up to you guys. If after a couple of days you haven't contacted me through an email and you are the winner, it goes back into the prize pool, and I'll probably then just pick it apart as individual games because they're all that good. They are actually all that good. So I'm just going to go and we're not going to choose a winner. We're going to go and manage the group. So we've still got 53. So just if you're not in, now's the time. I'll start to open up Marble Run and just get it set up, and then we'll start the process. But get in. Once we get started with it, it's too late. You can no longer get into it. And I know there's about a 20-second delay, I think, between when I say things and when it actually goes through. So Michael's saying it almost smells like a best of 4. Yes, let's do that. We will. We'll do a 4. We'll do a 4 run this today. So I'll just get it all set up. So I have to do it through here to start with. Add names. We'll clear the names out. And of course, if it's equal winners, we do a playoff between the winners. All right, 54 entries. Just going to go and copy the eligible entries. If you need to, it's got to be no spaces, guys. If you're going to be typing it in, no spaces. It's so Rob. I don't know if you're in here already. I thought you were. Maybe you're wrong about that. No, Rob, you need to do that again. I'll just wait a couple of seconds, but you need to do it with no space. It's my turn, no space. So Rob will give you a couple of seconds. Rob, you're gonna come in, or are you already in? There we are. 55 entries. All right. So let's now go and copy the eligible entries. Aiden, it hasn't listed, it hasn't gone up any higher, so I'm assuming you're already in there. Let's have a quick look. I'm not seeing it there. Have another quick look and see why didn't that one work. So Aiden. Oh, yeah, no, you are there. You're in there. That's okay. All right, and the name I'll just go back to the list. I need to go and do a replace. Replace all. Just get those names down. So 37 was that 8? Yeah, there's 8 in there. So just have to change Cookie's name because Marble Run doesn't like Cookie's name. So Cookie is going to be in there as well. I think everyone is okay, and we have to just check we don't have too many mics. Do we have any mics at all? No, we don't. That's okay. So sometimes we get double ups with the word mic. Need to rename Cookie. That's done. So we'll just go and save that list. So we've got 55, actually 56. Who just came in? Philip Goulin. All right. Okay, once we do this, this is it, guys. Philip Goulin. I just double check that you're not in there previously. It looks like it's not. All right, so 56. Good luck, guys. We're just going to save this one. And you will need to contact me within 2 days. Otherwise, it goes back into the prize pool. So, yeah, that happened last week. I wasn't contacted by the winner last week. So that prize has gone back into the mix. So we'll just go back into Marble Run now. So we'll just go and open Marble Names. Finish. Go back out. Grand Prix. Do 4 maps today. And it's going to be bots. And there's going to be, not 500, 56. Okay, so that's what we had, wasn't it? Tenru, are you in there? I think you're already in there. Let me have a quick look before we go. You're not. I thought you were there early. I thought you got in early. All right, I'll add you in. This is the last one. This is the. Yeah, you're not there. Okay, no more. So. so we'll finish that one. That's 57. So 57 names. And no, that's it now. We've closed it off completely. Bots. 57. Boris, you guys are killing me. All right, I'll let Boris in as well. That's it. This is it now. This is absolutely it. Was Boris in there before we sort of let things go? This is the last one. We are definitely closing it off. The reason I'm actually relent a little bit with this is because I know there's a 20-second delay. So I'm thinking when I say that's it now, and then someone comes in, if it's within 20 seconds of me saying it, then I'm thinking, yeah, okay, fair enough. So Arakar Oak is saying, am I in it? I'm pretty sure you are. So I'll just go Boris. I won't put the rest of it in, but Boris, that's you, okay? So just if you're watching, yeah, I'm pretty sure you're in there. Yep, there you are. All right, so 58 names. So we'll finish this one. So we'll go back out. This is it now. This is it. We're not opening it back up again. Got bots, 58. Loading. Did I load the names? Yeah, I don't know if I load. Yes, I know I did. I did load the names. Bots, 58. 4 maps, autofill. Good luck, everyone. The gates are closed, yes. And we've got a few of them in here. So it's only been played 7 times. Oh well, that's Dark Neon City. Well, don't know what that one is. But it'd be interesting to sort of see how that one goes. So good luck. Let the race begin, absolutely. Oh, this is just a normal race. 3 laps. Let's just get started and see who's going to go. So everyone's now on their first lap. Just go and pick, say, the 3rd place, and we'll just sort of watch the leaderboard. And we're watching Drexy's marble, following Ulrich and Shravan, and we've got General Sorrow in behind. Everyone else is on the loop. So Drexy's marble is sort of just coming through. Once they start to sort of spread out, this is where you want to go the inside run. Drexy's on a good run here, I think. It's going to sort of get a bit of momentum unless he hits the other marbles. And again as well, is there going to be a change in the leader? Not yet. Everyone's just up. Here we go, the first one around, and now we spread out. General Sorrow's in a good position here. No, Shravan is actually probably better. Yep, Shravan has now taken the lead. Ulrich is now coming 2nd. Drexy still 3rd. General Sorrow 4th. This is the second rung through. It's hard to sort of pass on these corners here. Flatus, I think if you're in the early part of this, you're going to be doing pretty well. So we're going to come into the third position here. So Shravan's still out in front. Now it's going to spread out again. It should a little bit. Who's going to have the Shravan has gone onto the best. Shravan should actually now have a bit of a lead here. Yep, pushing right out in front now. So I don't think Shravan can. Here comes Flatus. So there's actually now a fair few of them sort of coming back through, but not able to take our leaders. Our leaders have stayed in 1, 2, and 3 spot the whole race through. But Shravan definitely out in front now. So we have Justin, we have Aragon, General Sorrow, JKS, but Shravan is pretty much definitely going to win this, I would assume. Ulrich, everyone's banked up. Yeah, this is going to be it. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Everyone's just gone through there. So congratulations, Shravan. That was a good win. So that's the first race done. All right, so that's the leaderboard at this point in time. Forget these points that you see through here and all this stuff. If we just go back across into the Grand Prix. So Shravan is on 20 points. Ulrich on 15, Drexy on 12, 10 for Flatus. We also have Robber Baron there on 10 as well, one of our earlier winners. Aiden back in there with 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and then pretty much everyone's going to just get 1 point. If you're beyond 50, you get 0 points. So So you got to be sort of in the top 50 to get points here. So we go next map. Good luck. This is Dark Neon City, which has only been played 7 times in its history. So we don't know what to expect here. We don't know what to expect with any of them, to be honest, because I don't play it enough. Hang on, why has it only got 2? What the hell? Don't know what's going on there. Oh, this may have to be a restart. It didn't have. I don't know why it's only got 2 marbles in it. I think we're going to have to restart. I'm sorry, guys, but this is going to be. It's going to nullify the actual game. Sorry about this one. Sorry for the winners of that last race. I'm going to have to go back and do it again. Yeah, no, it's not good. It's not good. So we're going to have to go back in and do this one again. I wonder what happened there. Bots, 58. It was weird. Like these have got, see, they don't have the extra bits and pieces there. I don't know why that's done that one. Let's just see if we can do it. Sorry about that, guys. But if we do have if we have technical problems, we have to start again. All right, so we'll start this one again. We'll just watch what actually happens here. So that's all 58 now coming back through. So my apologies, guys, for those of you that were in the points there last time. So we've got Bajink, got Philip Gulen out in front, Boris, and sort of straight through in through here. And we don't know what's going to happen in the second race. It may still go and glitch out. We'll try it 3 times if there's sort of now there's at the, I don't know what that is there. So Bajink looks to be in command. Michael is out. So we can actually have some problems here. Sort of coming through. I might just grab one of these and just follow it through. See what happens when they go through this loop. No one's actually failing as such, not yet anyway. And straight through here. Looks like there should be more people failing, doesn't it, really? One would assume. There we go. Now got another one. I shouldn't say anything, should I? Put the moz on you all. Yep, so a few more are now failing as we come through to this next portion of the map. So there's still a lot in the mix through here. Still a long way to go. So Serenity definitely out in front. Just go and follow Serenity's marble for a little while and just to see what actually happens here. It's a bit dangerous, that loop back there, actually. So I think we may end up with some people actually sort of falling off at that stage. Oh, this looks dangerous. Nope, that's okay, that's okay. Straight through. And up to here. No idea where we're going to be finishing off through here. This looks still going up. Here they all come. Oh, Serenity has finished. Okay, Serenity, Boris, Angel of Light. A lot of people actually now failing as well. So yeah, just other people sort of still finishing, other people failing as well. I don't know how this is working, this particular map, but anyway, there we go. So Serenity is the winner now. Will it actually work this time around? Grand Prix, we've got those in through there. And my apologies again for the last time, where it now what will happen? Will it now know what to do? Robotic Raceway. If it goes back to 2, damn it, it has 2. I don't know what's going on here. Why is it doing this, guys? I don't know. I don't know what it's doing. Oh, this is not good. I haven't ever had this happen before. We may just have to roll it, I think, because I'm not sure why we're getting this result. It just goes back to that 2 again. So just one race for the win. Let's just do that. Let's just play a single race. So we'll just do a playoff to see who actually gets it. So we'll just go to a random map with bots. It sort of goes back to viewer, but with bots back to 2. Maybe if I had done that. Should we just try it one more time with that mode? Let's just see if that's what it actually is. If I go back to viewer and bots, it's 58. I think that may be what it was. Let's just try it one more time. And I apologise again for those of you that have already thought you were getting points, but we'll see if we can solve it. So we'll autofill 4 of them. That'll be okay. Good luck. Good luck. Here we go. So hopefully this time the bot selected, and we'll play. No, that shouldn't be. I think it may have been that the viewers, for whatever reason, just weren't had kicked back in over the top. So we'll see if this one works. There goes Serenity again. So and then we've got Aiden. So Aiden's the first one out. Super Mew Kitty Cat. Tenru goes to show who's the first one through here. Looks like it is Tenru, followed by Cat, followed by Jerry. Dusty Monk coming through. Tenru's still out in front. Cat still coming in second. Oh, a few of them have sort of skipped ahead here a little bit. Cat's way out in front now. And Cat is going to win the first one. Okay, so Cat through. Drexy in second. Bubo is out. CB, Tiger Russ. So a lot of you finished very. This is a really fast little map. Well, at least we'll know if this has still got the same problem. If this one is still a problem, what we'll do is we'll end up just playing a single game, a single map, and just go from there and see who the winner actually is. So we're just waiting for the others to all finish. A few of you are sort of dropping off and being killed, but you're not going to get much points at the back hitting through here. So hopefully we've solved that by changing the viewer number to 58 as well. All right, there we are. So final results. So Cat and Drexy. Let's go back across the Grand Prix. Next map, fingers crossed. Please be more than just 2 this time. Yes, we're back. We're back. This is good. So we'll start it up again. Yep, so everyone's in. So that was so we have now solved it. The technical issues are done. Should be the first one out. Viewing Games, followed by Flatus, Cookie, Robert Barron. So they're all sort of moving down through the loop. Follow this one through. Oh, Viewing Games straight through into the lead here, I think. It says Robert Barron is, but that may not be accurate. Okay, there's a lot of you now sort of clumped up together. through we go. Serenity is out. And straight across. Just see if we can see what's going on here with the leaderboard. So Robert Barron out in front. And didn't make it straight through. Is anyone else going to be able to pass here? General Sorrow straight through, along with JKS and Miguel. General Sorrow being caught down, JKS coming through. If anyone can get to the outside run, they'll probably end up winning this bit of it. Polonia comes straight through, along with Orica Oak and JKS. So moving off in two different directions. Let's have a look and see what's going on up this way. Should be the first one through this loop. Looks like it's Orica Oak. Yep, and they're both now going through the loops. First one out is Polonia. Actually, Justin has just failed. Now, is that the win? Is that the win? Yes, Polonia's first run through. Orica Oak coming in second. JKS, then Diamelio. There we are. So this is all now the finish. The finish line. John Laylaw didn't make it. Tenru didn't make it. So a few of you are not actually making it through. So they've got different things actually smashing from the side. But the leaderboard is now full anyway. So so we do actually have now a winner. So hopefully again that this will actually now keep on working, and we'll end up with all 58 coming through each time. Almost done, almost done. It's the last one, I think. There we go. So congratulations at Polonia. Final result. We'll have a look at the Grand Prix scores. So we actually have Drexy on 21, Diamelio on 22, a Cat on 20. Anyone else close-ish up that way? 16 for Orica Oak. 20 points for Polonia. So we've got a few of you up there with the leaderboard at this point in time. Let's continue on, next map. And fingers crossed that we don't end up with a failure this time. Yep, no, we're good. We're good, we're good. This is the same one that we did before, isn't it? Oh no, it's a bit different. No, I think it is the same. Who's the first one? John Layla. Oh, but Shards has come straight through. So Shards sort of screaming through here. John Layla coming second. Sharky Mouth coming third. Oh, John Layla's now hit the lead. Just in front. Straight through. Robert Barron coming in third now. Tiger Russ fourth. Drexy's out. Which is going to hurt because Drexy was up in the leaderboard before. 0 points there. Philip Gunn is out. Or Philip Gulen. So who's going to be the first one around this loop? Oh, there goes Justin. He's out again. And we've got John and Shards. Who's going to be the winner here? Shards will win this one. John coming in second. Robert Barron third. Tiger Russ 4. Fifth is Andy. Sixth is Matt. Cookie, CB, Sharky Mouth. Cat coming in 10th. That's 10 points. That puts Cat on 30 points total. So Cat will be up there in the for the potential to be in the final run. This is one more map to go. One more map, and then you get the big super pack of games. All right, so that's good. All right, so we've got the final result there. Now, let's if we have a quick look at the Grand Prix. So we've got 30 points there, 21, 22 there. Anyone else get up there at the stage? Still pretty much anyone's game. So let's let it go. But Cat is now out in the lead. So final map for bracket. Good luck, everyone. Drex saying, damn it, yes, you're doing so well. And this is just a this is just a loop. This is a bit more interesting, this particular one. So this is just going to be a loop, so no one's going to fall off this particular one. And again, I'll just pick the third place or something like that, and we'll just follow it through. So JKS out in front, General Sorrow coming in second. It is hard to pass in these games, except that this one's got like a lot of different loops. So if you're up in the top there, like JKS has now just dropped out, and Miguel has now taken the lead. But it's hard if you're at the back to get a top spot here. So Chris still out in front, Miguel coming in second, JKS, Mad Relics, Jesse. I forget whose marble I was playing as, but if I sort of zoom backwards, who's coming at the back end there? So we've got JP is at the back. I'll just go and say pick number 7 this time. So Chris still out in front, JKS coming through. There will be passing in this one because there's more loops in different ways. So this is the first edge coming back through, and it is Chris out in front, JKS coming in second. Still Chris in front. No, JKS has now taken the lead. But again, if you can get the inside run, you do end up with a, or if you get the angle better, like Chris is actually a fair way out now. It doesn't mean you're going to stay there. Again, I'm not sure which marble I'm in control of at this point in time, or that I'm looking at. So Chris, Miguel, Sorbicol, JKS. Usually it'll be one of these that will end up getting the points. So there's I don't know if any of these marbles that were potentially in the points. Chris see a fair way out in front. And a good run into that corner there. One more lap to go. Now, will the others be able to get a better line? The marble I've got is actually, I'm liking the look of this one here. The one, I don't know who it is. Is it Viren Games? Is that who we are? So Chris has taken the wrong line. JKS back out in front. Chris has taken the lead just again, and it is Viren Games is the marble that we're looking at. So Viren Games out in front. It was a very good run into that corner just past the start. Chris has gone back out into the lead again. It's going to be hard to pass now up to the final line. Lucia coming in third. Chris has got a good line into this corner. Everyone's getting in each other's way. Chris has taken not a great line. In fact, Viren Games now coming into second. Chris has not taken a good line here. Viren Games is going to get this one here, I think, around this corner. Oh, got stuck in behind Chris. Straight in behind here. And I think it's Viren Games. Viren Games with the momentum is going to win this particular one. Here we go. Bang, straight through. Viren Games, Chris, General Sorrow, Lucia. That was a tight finish. And that was all to do with that first corner past the start finish line. That gave all the momentum to Viren Games. So congratulations there, Viren Games. So that's a good final result there. So let's have a look and see. Let's finish the Grand Prix. We don't know who the actual winner is, so let's just see what the leaderboard tells us. So and then we'll have a look at the points after this. So finishing the Grand Prix. Okay, coming in third place is Dire Morelio. We don't know what the points are just yet. Coming in second place is John Laylor. And the number one winner at this stage, until we actually have a look at our points count back, is Kat. So Kat, congratulations at this point in time. Let's just double check the points. So, and Kat is on 31. There we are. So 31 points is the clear winner. 24 with John Laylor, 23 with Di Morelio. Everyone else is very, very even spread. So congratulations, Kat, on the big win. That's a massive one. So what I'm going to get you to do is, if you can please email me to daz@daztactic.com. I'll just type that in there. If you can shoot me through an email, I can then shoot you out those various games, and you do need to do that within 2 days. Otherwise, the games go back into the prize pool. So anyway, big finish there. So you actually you even had enough points even from the previous game. So you did very, very well there. So congratulations, Super Mew Kitty Cat. That's great. Actually, let's have a look at the leaderboard. So there's a lot of very low numbers in through here because there's so many of you that were actually playing. Who's last? Who's last place? We don't have a prize for last place. 3 points, 1 point there with Justin Feder. Justin fell off a fair few times, unfortunately, and didn't get any points there. So anyway, that was pretty cool. So anyway, guys, I do have to leave it there. So thanks for watching, and congratulations, Kat, on the big win. Yeah, that was a good one, and it was. I do apologise again about the misstarts. I'll try to remember that was a bit of a factor next time I do this, just to make sure that we sort of change both those numbers. I'll catch you guys next week, or I'll be through the week as well, playing all those different games. So Quasimorph tomorrow, and then what have we got? Quasimorph. Then so I'll be playing Quasimorph tomorrow. Distant Worlds the day after. Xenonauts 2 the day after that, and then Dwarf Fortress the day after that. So that's the plan for the week.